Hello everyone, Agent of Doubt here, world's worst SJW, and not very good at posting regularly. I know. So this ramble is a response to a video by Firecharger, somebody I haven't responded to in years. And he made a video called, I didn't want to make this video. But he did. He made the video. So, first off, I will just say, condolences, Firecharger, for the loss of your mom. She sounds like she was a nice person, but I'm going to react to the message of the video, not so much Firecharger's mom, you know. So, in his video, Firecharger says that his mother passed away, and it's a follow-up to previous videos that he made about his mom being in the hospital. And he then goes on to say that his mother was the biggest influence on him in his Christianity, and that he knows she's in a better place. And this is a very old conversation in atheist circles here on YouTube about would you stop someone and say, hey, you know that, heaven's not real. You know, that you're just, like, believing in a fairy tale fantasized version of Christianity there, and your God's not real, miracles aren't real, you can't talk to dead people, blah, blah, blah. Would you stop someone in their moment of grief and suffering and say such things to them? Because there are some people, most notably the amazing atheist, who would not, in that moment of grief, bring that up. And by Firecharger's video, I gotta think that maybe in the immediate moment, like say at a funeral, I'm not gonna say, wait, I cannot hold my voice, I must speak my piece. You guys are praying to a non-existent deity. I'm not gonna be that dick, but when it comes to what's in Firecharger's video, that follows the announcement that his mother has passed. The suggestion that we all read some books so that we know that our loved ones go to a better place. One's 90 Minutes in Heaven. One's Life After Life by Raymond Moody. These are stories that people have written about what they saw when they had near-death experiences or experienced clinical death and then got revived from that, and they're not to be written off as hallucinations or just interpretations of what they saw based on what their pre-existing beliefs were, because there are whole cultures that don't have such experiences, and I wonder why they don't. It's probably because they were geographically disadvantaged at birth, maybe. Yeah. So, in his video, Firecharger says that he was unhappy with medical treatment that his mother received. And that now that she's dead, he doesn't feel like making a big stink about it, because it doesn't really matter, because she's dead, and things of this world don't really matter. And if you have this paradigm that we're only here for a brief instant, and that when you go into that other world, you can't even remember much about even being in this world, when you finally make it to the next world. This is like a blink of an eye. And nothing is really consequential. That's where Firecharger is coming from, and I'm like, I don't really know because I wasn't there, and I don't know the particulars of this treatment that his mother received that he's not happy with. Maybe he wanted her to, receive ivermectin, even if it means, doling out horse paste into human doses. Maybe it was some procedure that was actually evidence-based that they disagreed with that was applied to her. Who knows, right? Well, Firecharger knows. But we don't have to dig into it. What I want to say, though, is if there is something wrong with a hospital and their practices, and you think, well, I experienced this thing that's wrong when it happens to people, but I don't want to really bring it up because, the person that I cared about, they're dead anyway, so why fix it for other people? Because, we only live in this existence for, a brief period of our soul going through different bodies or whatnot. And so, it really doesn't matter in the long run. If that's your belief, then I wonder if you're doing your religion wrong, for one, because you're not working to alleviate the suffering of others. In fact, you're just being ambivalent to the suffering of others. This is a problem that exists in your mind in this healthcare system that you think that maybe you could complain about, but you're not gonna, because life is fleeting, and who cares if we suffer a little bit along the way. In my perspective, I think that if there's something wrong, you should say something. And you might be wrong in calling it out as wrong. But if you're right, and they agree with you and say, yeah, we didn't really respect what would have been the best care for your mom, and maybe we can make things better for other people, then you might have done something to help the fucking planet. Or at least the healthcare that happens in that hospital that's going to happen to other people. That's why hospitals often have little suggestion boxes and exit surveys and, complaint lines and patient reps. Even you could look in the hospital directory and find the patient representative, and they'll be more than glad to help you because they sit around all day waiting for people to make suggestions about how to make the hospital stay better. But also from my perspective, it's this sort of thinking that is why we have rampant climate change, because we can't get people on board with evidence-based science about the climate if they think, you know what, this world's disposable anyway. We don't live here for very long. And, if it was really a problem, God would just intervene and fix it anyway. And he would clean up our mess anyway. He made this world perfect, and there's got to be some, counterbalance in nature somewhere. And so we could just put out all the smog and smoke and, burn up all the carbon that we want because, God provides. And even if he doesn't, we're not here that long anyway. It's probably his plan, right? So just live with your suffering and your planet going to shit, and just when you get to the next world, you'll realize that it really was an insignificant part of your existence because you live for millennia past this short time that you're trapped in this body. That's what all this line of thought leads to. So, while I might give someone a brief reprieve from, talks about politics and science and philosophy and religion while they're grieving, I will make a note and I will come back and say, this line of thinking, it leads to some very horrible conditions here on Earth. You know, and if your beliefs are making you not care about the suffering of others, then maybe you're not doing the Jesus right. At least that's not how I read it.